This is One Year One World, where we spend an entire year on just one world. And in this month's video, I want to show you a few tricks that I learned about fishing. Some practical and some more meant to just have a little fun. And also some of the broken behavior that you can get from the lava shark. Welcome back to One Year One World. We're in the month of May now, where I can only defeat the Wall of Fresh and Pirate Invasion. But this week we're going to be pretty brief because most of it is farming, fishing, and a little building. Though there is a strange lava fishing trick I'll teach you. I need to be doing more fishing quests as there are a few things I'm still missing that'd be helpful, particularly the high test fishing line. The week started out with exploring the underworld thoroughly, going into every house and breaking nearly all the pots, looting all the shadow chests, and killing whatever enemies I come across with the demon scythe, obsidian rose, and magma stone. I always collected banners and paintings as well, so it was basically just regular exploration, but a little extra.
Well, that's not very common to see.
And you should join the live streams, it's a good time.
I'm the guy who walks into the McDonald's and says, hey, can I have a burger, plain, no cheese?
The traveling merchant finally showed up at the end of the underworld exploration. He has been really rare lately, and I need more dynasty shingles, so it's too bad that he's not selling them. But he is selling something else that's useful.
I mean, need some lawn flamingos, obviously.
Those flamingos will be important in a second because I started digging this hole so I can have a fishing hole next to the house. Filled the hole with water, slapped a flamingo down, and suddenly a synapse fired in my brain.
Okay, now we get lawn flamingos. Woo! Wait a minute. Wait. I got genius idea. But okay. Oh yeah. Look at the flamingos hanging out.
It's too bad there aren't more stances for lawn flamingos. There are two, if you don't know. You just gotta be holding it and then press down to switch between them. But these flamingos completely altered my plans for the fishing hole build. We'll break all the walls first and then start placing bamboo fences to imitate bamboo, because what we're going to be making is a flamingo sanctuary. I'll skip to day so we can see things better. I've placed actuated large bamboo blocks alongside the fence and placed some living leaf blocks and grass around. Added a little island in the middle, and placing dynasty platforms painted deep green, I made something that looks kind of like a lily pad. The problem now is that the background looks really empty. There needs to be something to fill in the space, but walls will ruin the bamboo look of the fences and turn them more into, fence-looking things. What I ended up doing was placing living leaf walls around the large bamboo, making sure to keep some separation from the fences. I'm still looking for something to improve it a bit more, but I'm at least really happy with where it is now. Also placed a few fireflies around to liven the place up, and echo-coded the little things that get placed when you put down the fireflies to make it look even better. Now onto a cool lava fishing trick that I learned from Terraria and wanted to try. For more details, watch his video about it, but the basic idea is that you get a pool of water, place platforms near the top, and then put coins down on those platforms. Those coins will prevent the lava from turning the water into obsidian, at least in theory.
What? Might be it's too high up right now. No!
I lowered the water level ever so slightly, and bada bing, bada boom, it works. Still need lava bait or other lava-proof fishing items, but now this pool counts for lava fishing. Is there a particular reason to do this? Perhaps not. I guess it could allow you to fish in a safer area while also not needing to transport a lot of lava to the surface. It doesn't seem to me to be more effective or faster than fishing in regular lava pools either. I ended up fishing in the underworld anyways, so I could farm enemies while also fishing. Didn't even fish for that long and got most of the stuff that you're looking for when lava fishing, just not the sponge.
Oh, I forgot they added this effect.
With the demon conch though, I can get the shell phone. I just need to find a nymph somewhere for the metal detector, and I might as well search for a second dragon egg that I've been trying to find for a while, but sadly didn't find one once again. Did get the nymph though, and crafted the shell phone. With a little more farming, I get the magma stone, shimmer it into the lava charm, and now we have everything we need to craft terra spark boots. Farm the old one's army for a bit because it'd be cool to purchase apprentice armor the moment it becomes available and play around with it and its capabilities. And from there, I just fished a bit more because there are some neat building things you can get from lava fishing, but that finished up the first week. Next week, we're fighting the wall. We'll have some more interesting things to do. This week, we're going to be fighting the wall, which means we gotta head to the far side of the world, and we'll quickly set up some shoe boxes to get a pylon down here, but I'm going to have to build an actual, build down here someday. I want to make a beach house in the underworld because I think the irony would be kind of funny, but from there, we're going to be making the arena out of solid blocks for a very specific reason. I'm curious how the Ram rune will perform against the Wall of Fresh. Historically, I've found it quite difficult to fight the wall as a pure melee class, and I'm thinking that maybe the Ram rune could change that.
Huzzah! a jump of quality. Like doing this will be real interesting to see how this works.
But first, I want to run a test. See, the Ram Rune applies knockback to its target, which is the main reason I'm interested in using it. But I wanted to see if drinking a Titan potion would increase its effectiveness, since the potion is supposed to increase your knockback, but after drinking the potion, it would appear that the knockback applied by the Ram Rune and weapons are counted differently somehow. Unfortunate, as that could have been abused, but I guess to knock back enemies a great distance, you just have to jump higher. Another thing I confirmed with it is that if you land on enemies, then you are given a few iframes or otherwise whack them away before getting hit. The idea is that by stomping continually, you can keep knocking back the hungries so that they aren't a threat to you during the wall battle.
You can safely hug the wall, or at least relatively safely. I'm not using any potions or anything, so this isn't going like great, but that actually works really well.
After a second attempt, I'm not sure exactly how effective the Ram Rune Slam really is, because the Knight's Edge on its own can handle the hungries pretty well. I do think the slam lets you play it a bit closer to the wall than you normally would, but it does run into an issue where once all the hungry are removed, the wall starts spawning more hungries, and they often spawn above the player, meaning you're likely to jump directly into them, and their contact damage is pretty crazy. Playing the wall this close can also cause some problems if you don't anticipate its slow increase of speed, and if the hungry get behind you, it can be hard to escape in time. I think it's an interesting strategy, and maybe with a few potions or a mount you use later in the battle, it could be somewhat effective.
I don't want no stinking mythical Aquasceptor. I want a sluggish Aquasceptor.
The Aquasceptor has this weird quirk where it does more damage with the sluggish debuff than with the mythical buff. It has something to do with the slower attack hitting between iframes more effectively or something along those lines. We'll fight the wall for real soon, but first figured I'd get the golf cart.
First of all, what happens when you hit a golf ball in the shimmer? It just disappears? Yeah, I guess it just disappears. Weird.
I started playing around with the vase blade and accidentally got it stuck beneath the platform here. For a second I thought it might just stay there forever, assuming that the game just, well, assumed that it was still flying. But the vase blade recalls after a set amount of time, regardless of how long it has actually been planted. Creating a perpetual projectile has been a dream of mine for a while in Terraria, and next week I want to do some tests that I'm hoping will work to make the longest lasting or ideally infinite projectile. I also could have sworn they added golfing boulders to the game, but maybe I'm confusing the update with a mod I saw. As for golfing, the best way to do that quick is to whack your golf balls down the elevator, and a beautiful thing is that you can't miss if the entire surface is covered in holes, and from there you just figure out the right angle with a putter so the ball reaches the bottom every single time. After that, it's time to enter hard mode with a very simple and easy wall of fresh fight where I didn't use a single potion.
Oh, I accidentally auto-deposited the other potions I was going to use for when I ran out of the arena. All right, we're doing this totally potionless. Oh wait, I forgot. I have Terra Spark boots. I can walk on the lava anyways.
So the wall dies nice and easy like.
And I already got the laser rifle. I was so ready to farm for that, but apparently that's just not going to be necessary.
We'll simply shimmer an emblem to be the one that we want, and you know, I became curious that the Aquasceptor might be better than the laser rifle. I know testing on target dummies isn't perfect, but it's a good baseline, and against large crowds, the Aquasceptor is definitely doing more damage, although the laser rifle doesn't have the benefit of a reforge yet, so I guess against crowds, the laser rifle might be only slightly better. Same story with single targets, because the laser rifle really isn't that impressive of a weapon. At the very least, it costs 0 mana with the meteor armor, so it's still useful for that reason. The Flower of Fire still holds its spot as easily the best pre-hard mode single target weapon for hard mode. Now let's check in on the new corruption and hollow that spawned.
Now we just, oh no. 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 I think we got the single worst corruption and hollow spawn they could have asked for. That's great.
Pink, my lucky stars, the corruption spawned just short of the houses that I'd made. Sure, I could have purified it, but it would have been so much more annoying and may have required some rebuilding. Not so luckily for me though, a large hunk of the corruption spawned in the now hard mode desert.
Start farming for the lamp, and okay, they will not stop spawning. Can someone go into the code on these guys and find out if they really just have higher spawn rates, because wow, do they ever never stop spawning.
We have those guys, and of course Dune Splicers coming out of nowhere, which the Aquaceptor actually does really well against. Those two caused me to be stuck here for a while and defeat many enemies, and yet I somehow never got a single unique drop from any desert enemy down here. Things got much easier outside the desert, but there's a whole other side of this corruption I still need to separate, and that one's in the jungle, at least a little bit, which comes with its own challenges. Still ended up in the desert on that side, of course, and well, this whole separating the corruption and hollow thing just takes a long time, but is a necessary part of world maintenance on a long-term world such as this one. The hollow was in the tundra, which I'm actually quite happy about because I do want to farm for the mage tundra weapons that nobody ever seems to use, including myself.
Come on, Flower of Frost, come on, Flower of Frost. No!
That was the only ice mimic I got this week, but hollow mimics, those I got plenty of.
There we go, Daedalus Stormbow. Well, I guess I have it for storage.
But yeah, this ate up most of my time for the week, partially because I died several times and would spend the time to defeat the hollowed mimics that spawned.
Got another Daedalus Stormbow. Okay, going all this effort for just getting Daedalus Stormbows.
And of course, I was sure to slay all the Chaos Elementals that spawned as well.
Oh, hello, we got 3 Chaos Elementals here, all right. How did we get a Rod of Discord early on? Or don't imagine it. You can also not imagine it, that's an option. And kill Chaos Elementals. Kill all the Chaos Elementals, ouch. Wait, let's go! Let's go! How many have I killed? 15!
I have been having insane Rod of Discord luck lately. I think it's wildly overrated. I have no idea if I'm going to even use it at all, but I guess this will give me more time to potentially play around with it and see if there's maybe some uses I've overlooked. But that completed the last of the biome separation, and with a little bit of time I had left, I figured I would collect a few of the more unique and rare vanities, starting with the fedora from the Traveling Merchant.
I can get suited up with my vanity. There we go, we've got the sweet vanity.
The next vanity is the Herosis set, one that I take credit for discovering because I'm pretty sure I am actually the first one who found it, which I am super proud of, and yet I'm still a little fuzzy on how to get it. You need to throw a platinum coin into a body of water. I thought a forest pool worked, but it doesn't, at least not over here, and the jungle definitely doesn't work, but I tried anyways. I know an oasis does work, but I didn't get an oasis in this world.
Might need to make an oasis. Would it work in one of these tiny little pools? Oh, it works even in there. Nice. All right. This is Torvin coming to you from the 1850s. I'm pretty sure they didn't have film back then. I don't know. I never remember when they had film. Showing you what the future is like. In the future, they have a beautiful game called Terraria.
Maybe someday I'll make a decorative build solely for this vanity set, but for now, I'll set it down here. The other unique and rare vanity requires that I defeat the Eye of Cthulhu and then the Wall of Fresh on the same night. The order doesn't matter, but you get the Badger's hat if you do so. And I've been told equipping multiple of the same hat makes it even taller. And with that, we grab some bubble blocks and the week comes to a close. Bubbles. Just bubbles. That's what I want to play with this week because in 1 for 5, they made it so you can place liquids inside of bubbles. The idea, I'm pretty sure, was to make it easier to add honey and such to arenas, but today I'm going to show you that you can do a lot more than that. I wasn't sure how to put water in bubbles at first, but it's as simple as clicking on the bubble with your liquid of choice.
There's water in there now. There we go. Okay, well, that's pretty simple. You're just gonna have to click on it. Kind of funny having, like, I can just put this little water ball there and stop my Flower of Fire from working with that. That's really kind of funny, actually. Can I stand on it? I have Terra Spark boots. Oh, I can. Nice. All right. I feel like they, when they spoiled these, they were bigger or something. I don't know. I find it's strange.
Now that we have these bubbles, what I want to do is grab the superheated blood for the lava shark mounts. After all, there's liquid inside bubbles, so the shark should theoretically be able to swim in them. But first, I remember the Aquaceptor has a new interaction with lava.
Oh, right. The Aquaceptor only works when it's attacking from above. That's such a weird thing. The Aquaceptor goes through lava upwards, but downward. It makes sense, but it's still weird to me. I wonder if there's something I could do with this. Putting lava in this thing and just spamming the Aquaceptor on it. Like, I wonder how effective that could be against events and such. Like, how would that work?
Now, Lava Shark.
Look at that. We can just, it looks like I'm posed. I'm posed in the sky. This is, hold on, this could be really cool. Hold on. We put this here, and then we put like another bucket of lava right there. Could I, whoa, all right. This is like some serious parkour junk that you could do here. Hold on, and ow, almost. Okay. Come on, no, we'll get there, and there. Oh, I did it. I made the jump. All right, and. Yeah, all right. I want to make a whole parkour course.
And so that's what I started to do. And you won't believe me when I say that this is going to get really convoluted or scarily good quickly.
If you land on it nicely, then you won't have as much of a jump like this. So then I have to, then if you wait, the more height you get. Ooh, we're learning the lava shark parkour meta here. Lava shark meta. Yeah.
It started with trying to make this small jump, but we'll skip past this part until I realize I'm missing a key ability for our lava shark core, because for a long time I tried jumping at just the right time to make the jump, which works and all, but there's a much easier way to make these jumps much better.
Okay, I need to find the right depth. There it is. Whoa! Oh, we've learned something new.
I didn't figure it out yet, but if you hold up and jump at the same time, then the shark will get much more height and distance. I'll figure it out and show you what that means for a lava shark core, but we have a blood moon and I really want to try and get blood moon weapon drops earlier than practically anybody ever does, primarily the bloodthorn, because literally nobody uses it. We'll fight whatever blood eels we come across, but none of them dropped a triple or crippler, and I have an idea for how to make the hemoglobin shark a bit easier.
Hemoglobin shark. Okay. I have something I want to test against this guy. Oh, I can box him up. Hold on. If I just move him out here and lock him in a box. He's really good at getting out of the box. What if we just keep him inside the box? Okay, so the ice rod actually has an interesting use here against the hemoglobin shark.
For it to really work better, I need weapons that can attack through walls, but for some reason I haven't even crafted or found any hard mode mage weapons, which just made this whole thing way more difficult than it needed to be.
I just want one mage. Oh no!
That told me I should be making better weapons at this point. Now back to Lava Shark Core, where I've figured out the trick of holding the up control and jump for extra height.
And I still missed the jump.
The thing is that the first jump isn't that high, but if that jump goes into another jump, then you can get even more height than that.
You guys saw that, right? Dude, Lava Shark Core is actually, oh dude, this is going to be a hit. This is going to be a hit with the Terraria community. There. Oh, damn, that's so fun. All right, and whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, buddy.
You can also get some really good horizontal distance with this extra jump boost thing. Like, you can jump this far, for crying out loud. From there, you can simply add more bubbles with liquids to keep on ascending, and you can make it even more difficult by offsetting some of the bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Difficulty increases even more when you have to turn back again. It was incredibly difficult doing that. I failed so many times before making the jump.
Yeah, baby, let's go!
I also discovered that the bubble sprites look exactly the same even when there is liquid in them.
So you can totally mess with someone. You won't know unless you attack the bubble and see the lava. That would be such an evil way to mess with people.
You might think that's everything, but there's even more ways you can mess with the lava shark's movement.
I have an idea. For something that would make this so you can make this a lot more interesting. Does Featherfall work with the shark mount equipped? It does. Whoa! Whoa, dude! If you hold spacebar, the amount of height you get. What is this? Dude, lava sharks. What? Hold on. Let me just go into the ocean. How high can we go? Holy smokes! No way! Oh, wait, hold on. If you hold spacebar and you're mid-air with a lava shark, it's like Featherfall. Or not Featherfall. Oh no, it's the up key. It's the up key that lets you do that. And you actually fall slower when you hold the up key. Oh, dude, there's even more tech to this. Hold on, so we start at like 455. And how high can you go? No, Harpy, you ruined it. All the way up to... that's about 400 blocks high. We have the umbrella, and we're falling slowly. No umbrella, you fall a little faster. You hold the up key, and you fall just as slowly as with an umbrella. And the umbrella doesn't add to it. For some reason, the shark, when holding the up key, is acting like you have an umbrella.
Thing is, if you fly up 400 blocks from a single jump, then what happens if I add a single lava bubble platform here to give myself a sort of second jump?
Whoosh! Dude, a lava shark goes from ground to level almost all the way to touching the top of the map.
Of course, we don't take full advantage of this massive jump height when we're at the surface, so I turned my elevator into a shark-evator.
Never mind me, just riding my lava shark up the elevator. Dude, this is so awesome. Let's go. I can't believe this worked so well. Oh my goodness. Whoosh. And we made it home. Woo!
Now there's one other thing I wanted to do with bubble blocks, and that's have some fun to the shimmer. The only way to move it is with pumps, and once that's done, I can use weapons like Cursed Flames to make something close to an infinite projectile. For it to be truly infinite, I'd need it to bounce straight up and down, but I couldn't seem to get it to be perfectly vertical, so eventually the projectile will bounce away, but with a long enough platform of shimmer, that wouldn't matter much. This could totally be abused for bosses or something, but I don't really like maxing projectile limits, and it's annoying to set up. Plus, I really don't like removing shimmer from the Aether, but before I do more with that, it's raining, so I want to grab a Nimbus Rod.
And no, Lilith's necklace would be cool. Ice Rod would be cool. Okay, give me a Frost staff. Let's go! See if we can get to Ice Feather and stuff. There's our Lilith's necklace. Let's go.
So the shimmer. First off, the shark can swim on it until your character is submerged, then you get hit with the shimmer debuff. What I'm hoping to do with the shimmer here is two things. For one, I want to dupe more shimmer, and two, I want to make it so this arrow goes in a circle. For now, I just want to show off that you can absolutely place a little shimmer pools at perfect distances to make an arrow bounce across the whole world. Maybe I'll do that, but I don't know. I think this is proof of concept enough for all of us. I tried my darndest to dupe the shimmer, trying all kinds of different things, but could never seem to get extra or more liquid. Someone claimed that the shimmer is exempted from the liquid dupe glitch, and maybe that's true, which would suck, because I really wish there was some way to get more shimmer before Moonlord. I then made this contraption with shimmer and honey, and then shimmer, which makes the arrow move in a really funky way, but doesn't come at all close to what I was trying to accomplish. I had what I thought was a rock solid idea for this, but coming into this week, my plan completely left my mind, so maybe another time. But I did figure out something that I'll have to remember to toy with, because initially I thought I wouldn't be able to put shimmer into bubble blocks, but turns out if you place a bubble block where some of the shimmer already is, then the bubble block will hold the liquid. I also just wanted to show off this accomplishment. It took me so long to do.
Yeah, buddy, let's go! We actually made it to the top.
We've been toying around with so many things that it dawns on me I really should actually start collecting more gear and whatnot, and since I can't break demon altars, I fished for a little while and lucked into enough bars for a super helpful Orichalcum anvil, and with the rest of the week, I really wanted to keep farming for Blood Moon weapons to use in early progression, but none of them were cooperating.
Give me your mage weapon drop. I want to actually have that in the phase of progression where it makes sense. You didn't drop it, you jerk. Okay, we got 3 pufferfish. Just need 2 more and I get the pufferfish pet. Feel like the pufferfish pet should be an achievement considering how hard it is to get it. I need to start using the ice rod to block the Dreadnaughtlus's attacks. Oh, ow, 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 other enemies, other enemies. Beating Dreadnought at this, like this,
I killed another shark and another eel, but they didn't drop a gosh dang weapon. The pirates were much more cooperative with dropping the barrel launcher, which I still think has been overhyped, but I don't know, maybe I just need to build a ranger set to see its real potential. But for now, defeating the pirates wrapped up the week.
Or at least that's what I would say until I discovered that I could actually echo coat these bubbles that have liquid in them. And so you can actually make invisible liquid. So if we go to the shimmer one, then I have actually now made an invisible shimmer bubble that could absolutely mess us up. I wonder, oh wait, hold on. Can you like, okay, it's not big enough to shimmer things into it, but you can make an invisible shimmer pool and an invisible lava pool. You can make, oh, I'm so going to have some fun with that. I've set up this thing. I just want to see if you guys can guess what is going on here. I may or may not currently have a shark that is swimming in the air. How could that be possible?
Of course, you watching this video probably already know exactly what I did. I simply filled a large area with water, filled with bubbles, and echo coated them to make an invisible lake. The only issue with it is that you can't hide the liquid on the map, so once it's revealed, people know that it's there. But someday I'll need to mess with someone in multiplayer using this. It's got some potential for trolling. The first thing I want to take care of this week is some basic world maintenance, as this mound of corrupt sand has made the nearby house no longer habitable. Thankfully, it's a small section that's also blocked off by the desert pyramid, so a little purification powder works for this at the very least. It also made me a little nervous, so I did some double checking around the world corruption separation to make sure that it worked and nothing was spreading. Doing this brought me to where the corruption and hollow meet in the underworld, where I realized I can farm both souls of lights and night here.
Have we been farming souls wrong this entire time?
It would sure seem that I can get different spawns and different soul drops by just walking a few blocks over to whichever biome. Not sure it really is more effective to farm here, but cool that both can be farmed in the same spot this way. You could probably even get both of the biome mimic types down here.
Nobody ever wanted the hooks from these things. Did they actually just remove the hooks from their loot table? Because nobody ever went out of their way to get a corrupt or hallowed mimic hook. Not one person has ever done that.
I died, but had farmed enough souls to craft a Key of the Night to summon another corrupt mimic. The Clinger Staff would be great, but instead we got the Chain Guillotine, a pretty solid melee weapon actually. From there, I figured it'd be smart to farm the rest of the souls of night we need in the corrupt desert. What with the spawn rate seemingly higher than normal, and I need a desert spirit lamp, and would also like the Ancient Horn as well. I also noticed that none of the scorpions are spawning down here, but it would sure seem that all the other regular hard mode desert enemies are spawning, so I guess those scorpions are the only ones that only spawn in a pure underground desert. When I had collected everything I wanted, I went to put the Ancient Horn away and spotted a certain turtle mount.
I want to see if the hardy saddle has any uses at all. If all it is a super slow turtle. I think in the ocean it might be better. Yeah, okay, so in the ocean, the turtle kind of moves at a decent pace. It looks like it gets a flippers effect, but why would you why would you use this? I guess if nothing else, the hardy saddle does give me, you know, infinite breath in water, which the lava shark does not do. The lava shark is only for lava. So at least it's basically a free kills potion. It's got something going for it.
Taking down one more corrupt mimic, I got the Clinger Staff, and as it turns out, there's a sandstorm going on at this moment, and I want forbidden fragments for the Spirit Flame. The armor would be fun to play with as well, and I also want to try out the new forbidden blocks.
Oh, a corruption key. Well, that's nice. Okay, we're getting plenty of dune splicers. Where are my sand elementals? Maybe I need to stand on the sand? Ouch. If only they had a chance of dropping more fragments. If they could drop 3 or 4 fragments, that would be amazing. Sand elementals really are one of the worst enemies to try and farm for. They're so tanky, only spawn one at a time, are rare, and then you always need like a bunch of their fragments.
Luckily for me, after they got going, I managed to clear 3 of the sand elementals.
I love that the sharks cannot seem to get across the desert pyramid. Those blocks seem to actually be keeping them stuck. Also, can we get a sand shark mountain drop? Imagine if you could ride a sand shark and swim through the desert. Like, that would be so cool. A nice long sandstorm here. I'm very appreciative. I shouldn't have said that because now it's going to go. You knew it was going to happen.
At the very least, I got what I needed to craft the Spirit Flame, and since it's one of the best mage weapons at the stage, I figured I should reforge it to be mythical.
Spend all of my money. Where's mythical? Hello? Mythical? Are you kidding me? That costs like 2.5 platinum.
And that's when the reforge only costs between 1 and 2 gold. That's some of the worst luck I've ever had with the Tinkerer. And you know what? Getting the Spirit Flame has made me feel a deep desire to collect all the mage weapons pre-mex, or at least most of them. After all, the Trolley Merchant has not been appearing, so I still haven't finished the towers of my base at spawn, and I'm not feeling confident about him selling the Orange Zapnator anytime soon. I'm also making this arena for Blood Moon farming using reef platforms, which really was a waste of those materials. I figured an ocean-themed block would be cool for this, but it's just a regular looking platform that's pink. I'm also going to want to make a artificial crimson biome for the golden shower somewhere down the line. It'd also be good to make a surface crimson biome so I can collect vicious mushrooms to eventually fight the Brain of Cthulhu. I could make a whole separate platform, but decided to turn a section of my corruption into crimson so it'd feel more natural. When night comes around though, we want to farm the Blood Moon for the 3 weapon drops by the various hard mode Blood Moon fish.
There we go. Still we cannot get the dang weapons, man. It just does not happen.
Blood eels spawn the most by far, but won't drop the Drippler Crippler. But the hemoglobin sharks actually cooperated and dropped the mage weapon. I'm willing to bet good money nobody has ever used, but I will use it later this week. Blood eels continue to drop nothing though, and Dread Nautilus is in hiding. So while we wait for the next night, we'll start spreading the crimson in the underground section of the world as well. We'll take down the hard mode goblin army to collect another mage weapon in the Shadow Flame Hex Doll, and though it's not mage stuff, I figured we should collect a sentry and the hard mode summon by farming spiders. This is the largest spider cave I've found in my world, by the way. I have no idea how I haven't found a larger one with how much of the world I've explored. I also totally forgot they dropped the poison staff, so I'll have to farm that at another time. I also tried farming the pirates because a black spot would be really nice for building, and I wanted the discount card, but instead got a second gold ring that apparently can be shimmered into the discount card. Sometimes the things you can shimmer feel so random, and the things I wish you could shimmer oftentimes can't be. The Crystal Vial Shard is a nice mage weapon that goes through blocks, and the first Hallowed Mimic we took down dropped it. The next mage weapon I'd like is the Flower of Frost, which really isn't strong enough in most cases to be farmed for over the Cursed Flames, but I think it's cool. It just requires a super rare Ice Mimic. Oh, and there's the Bloodthorn in action. It sort of attacks through blocks, but often requires some opening or for it to be at very close range, and its damage is nothing remarkable. Considering what you need to get it, multiplying its damage by 1.5, although perhaps making it too strong, I think would still make sense. Ice Mimics were not spawning though, so back to Blood Moon fishing, where the blood eels are plentiful, but still not dropping the Drippler Crippler. And we finally get a Dread Nautilus we can actually fight. And let's just say, I don't fight this mini-boss nearly enough to confidently dodge his attacks, and the amount of health this thing has still shocks me. So back to the tundra, where mimics are simply not spawning up until a random point where they started multiplying like rabbits.
Okay, there's a nice mimic. Please drop the Flower of Frost. I've been farming long enough. Nope. Why are they always spawning in the house? That's like the exact spot that the chest was too. That's actually a tricky place for him to be. Frost Brand? What's a Mandible Calavera? What the heck? What's a Mandible Calavera? Oh, maybe that was the skeleton merchant. That must have been the oh. Okay, now we're getting ice mimics everywhere. Oh, it's right next to me. And we still can't get the Flower of Frost. Game was like, oh, you wanted ice mimics. So let us spawn those, but not drop the thing that you're looking for.
So we still didn't get it as we headed into another Blood Moon, where I finally got some really good luck with the Dread Nautiluses appearing on my hook. I just couldn't seal the deal.
And it's over. No! Okay. Wait, hold on. Can we keep him in?
Okay, but that's cool though, right? If you happen to have the route of Discord while farming Dread Nautilus and it just so happens to turn today, then you stand a chance of following that mollusk until you can finish it off. It's such a rare and specific use case, but I doubt you knew you could do that. But let's get back to the tundra.
Toy sled? Are you kidding me? The toy sled? That's like a 5% chance or less. I mean, I guess we collected something really rare, so that's fun. That's not what I wanted. There it is, finally.
For the rest of the week, I kept trying to beat Dreadnoughtalus, but the first time I accidentally ran a little too far and he despawned. It wasn't until the next Blood Moon that I managed to get another Dreadnoughtalus and finally take one down.
Yes, we got him! Oh, finally! It took forever.
That leaves only the Drippler Crippler from Blood Eels, a 12.5% drop chance, just like the Hammerax or however you pronounce it, and I've gotten like 10 of those at this point after slaying some 20 Blood Eels. Starting this week, I knew I wanted to test something against the Old One's army. The idea is to place bubble blocks along the bottom so I can race from side to side using the lava shark. And if the army itself is affected by lava or honey, then all the better. I did confirm that the shark does not get slowed at all when you're in honey, which is great, but the angler has been real stubborn and not giving me the bottomless bucket of honey, so I'm waiting on that before giving my idea a try. So I'll keep doing fishing quests while tending to some much needed building in this world, with the shimmer taking priority as I'll likely be here a lot.
Oh, dude, spike platforms, spike stairs. Those are cool.
The shimmer's uniqueness, I think, lends itself to a lot more creativity with builds and using materials I generally don't use elsewhere, so I intentionally am going to find things that have bold colors and use materials I almost never use. To start though, I was using spike blocks after being happy with the look of the platforms.
Is there not a spike workbench? Why isn't there a spike block workbench? Huh? Kind of a weird block choice for the shimmer, you know, spike block.
Now for some of the bold colors, I started with Cobalt Brick for the first half, while the other half I'm using Forbidden Blocks.
We're gonna have a real unholy amalgamation of blocks here.
In the meantime, we're going to fill these houses with spike block walls, but that's going to change as we go along. The first thing I did was a shimmer sun plate to get moon plate, which I ended up replacing the platform in Cobalt Brick with.
Actually not a very big fan of the wall.
I did like the Cobalt Brick though, so I used it to make the funnel into the shimmer pool. I thought a little Gemspark blocks would make the build seem more vibrant, and got some more use out of the Cobalt Brick by having it accent the floor. To add some structure, I added Palladium columns.
Oh, these columns are not background columns. Oh.
Fun fact, you can't shimmer Palladium columns, but that's okay, because I did find a use for them. I added some librarian walls and think it fits really well with the moon plating. To frame the wall, I used the columns. I actuated them and painted them purple. Now I'm starting to not like the spike block, so I used gray stucco to replace it.
The Traveling Merchant is here. If you sell Dynasty Wood, that would be great. Also the paint sprayer, so I can get the hand of creation finally. You suck, Traveling Merchant. I have been trying forever to get the paint sprayer and haven't gotten it, so I can't finish the hand of creation. And then I can't get the shingles to finish my castle.
A cool thing you can do with Palladium columns is place them beside other blocks to create the sort of lumpy pillar effect. I'm sure there's a term for it, but I can't think of it, and I decided to place titanium bricks in between while painting the columns gray, which worked far better than I expected.
Oh, it kind of looks like a spine. Ooh, that's really cool. Ooh, I like that a lot.
I then added golden starry wall to replace the spike block walls in the moonplate room, and it's neat and all, but feels like it should be more of an accent rather than a centerpiece, but I'm not sure what else to do with it. As for the top of the build, I placed a bunch of copper coins and then painted them gray.
I mean, it definitely looks different.
That just about finishes the build until I can get a shimmer cloak to finish the pillars, and I haven't found a single regular mimic this entire run, so I started combing the surface for a good spot to set up a farm when I noticed something.
Hold on, corruption is escape containment? No. This is unacceptable behavior. How did it spread?
First things first, we'll start purifying what has been corrupted, but the problem is most likely this little corrupt overhang where corrupted vines can grow. They must have grown long enough to spread the corruption. That's my only theory at the moment. In an abundance of caution, I drank a biome site potion to make sure that the containment has been reestablished, and also double checked another location where I remember thinking that vines could be a problem in the future, and although nothing had spread yet, it could be an issue in the future, so I was sure to fix that. So back to the build. I need to find a way to effectively farm mimics. I know one way I'd done it before was bulldozing a part of the surface, just enough to get some of the walls, which should allow those wood chest mimics to spawn on the surface. I even found a gnome
Why are they able to be placed so close? They are literally touching. That's so weird.
I don't know if this method works for the specific farm type I'm setting up, but I shimmered some dirt walls to get dangerous dirt wall, which for some reason can't block replace the grassy wall. So I tested it with regular wood walls, and sure enough,
regular walls can block swap. Does that mean dangerous walls can't block swap?
I don't understand it, but apparently dangerous walls can't block swap. Or maybe they can't block swap with other dangerous walls? I have no idea. But whatever the case, the attempted farm did not work at all. Probably because I'm doing something wrong.
Try the merchant sell. Okay, first, see if he's selling the thing. Then, murder and steal his hat. Are you? Yeah, you deserve murder. You deserve it. Where's my fly meal? I was sure I had one. My darn fly meal. I keep losing things. Okay, I guess we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Bye. What do you mean you didn't drop your hat? Oh my god, this guy. This guy. He's on to me. It's not deep enough to burn. Bogus!
Now I've been collecting strange plants so I can build a collection of the Dye Trader special dyes, and I got one I actually like.
Oh, ooh. Hold up, purple bin. Purple bin is real. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of liking purple bin here.
Since the surface wasn't working out, I decided I'd make a new mimic farming area underground. It's very crude, but it's an open flat area underground with a rope in the middle. With a water candle and a battle potion and the life arm analyzer, it's more than good enough to farm mimics. I'm getting a lot of rock golems too, so I think I'm going to try to get one of their banners because I don't think I've ever seen it. I have no idea what it looks like. As for the mimics, I want all of their drops and 3 star cloaks, which it just occurs to me now that the star cloak has the most uses out of everything that mimics drop. I also discovered while farming that rock golems don't appear on the life arm analyzer.
Wait, how do rock golems not count as a rare creature? What?
Shimmering one of the star cloaks, we get the chromatic cloak to make us immune to the shimmer debuff so we can finish these pillars. I spent a good while farming all the mimic drops, getting several copies of just about everything, and during a natural blood moon, I fished up 2 more blood eels, but they still refused to drop the drippler crippler. I may have also accidentally fished up a dread nautilus and, well, I wasn't really ready for it. And to further continue the farming we've been doing, I took advantage of a sandstorm to collect 4 forbidden fragments, enough for the armor sets, and more blocks if I wish. Now I want to show you a cool trick with the invisible water pool I made. Even though it's all bubble blocks, you can still fish in it, meaning for 1, you can fish inside bubble blocks, and 2, you can look like a crazy man by fishing in open air.
Where are these fish coming from? I don't know.
This is bringing me to the end of the week, and I want to try my idea for the Old One's army before the month ends. So I grabbed several buckets of honey, which will be enough to at least test if it does anything at all against them. As it would turn out, the army is immune to liquids.
Oh, you can't even place water during the Old One's army. Oh, I didn't think about that.
I tried lava, but they're immune to that as well. Still kind of worth it though to use the lava shark while fighting this event, but I think I'll switch it to water because lava does cause a certain problem.
Oh, it's burning all the Ethereal mana. Oops.
And that is what wrapped up the week and the month. If you haven't already, you should see how this whole journey began by watching this video here. For next month, I'm currently debating what to do and want to know your thoughts. The plan was to just unlock Queen Slime, but now I'm considering 1 mech and Queen Slime because there are some things that change with the game when you beat only 1 mech. And if we only did Queen Slime, then nothing else would realistically change. I would love to hear your thoughts and hope to see you next time.